Today's story is about Scruffy the squirrel and the valuable lesson he learns about sharing. Let's begin. Once upon a time, in a vast forest, there lived a very busy squirrel named Scruffy. Scruffy was an expert at finding the most acorns in the entire 1,000-acre forest. Throughout autumn, he worked hard to gather a huge pile of acorns, so when autumn turned to winter, he had enough goodies to last him through to spring. But while Scruffy had plenty, his neighbor Squeaky had barely enough to see him through winter. "I'm so hungry and scared. What will I do? I don't have enough food and it's so cold, brr," said the little squirrel to himself as his tummy rumbled loudly. Now it just so happens that a wise owl named Zainab, who was perched on a nearby branch, overheard Squeaky's plight and felt it her duty to help. Zainab took to the skies, searching tirelessly throughout the night. Bright and early next morning, she spotted Scruffy skipping along the forest clearing on his way home. There's a squirrel who is very hungry and has very few acorns to last him through winter. He is so very sad and in need of your help, Zainab informed Scruffy. Scruffy listened carefully, but all he could think of was the hard work he had put into gathering his huge stash. He didn't feel like sharing any of it. "I'll think about it," said Scruffy to Zainab. Later that day, he came home and he thought. As day grew into night, he thought about his mother. "Sharing brings blessings," she had always said. The next morning, Scruffy had a change of heart. He thought about how much he was blessed and decided to share his acorns with Squeaky after all. Excited to share the news, Scruffy ran across the forest as fast as his little feet could carry him to find Squeaky and tell him the news. When Squeaky learned of the wonderful news, he was overjoyed, and Scruffy discovered the joy of sharing. That winter, Scruffy and Squeaky shared their all meals together, and Scruffy gained a friend. As the summer arrived, they became the best of friends. And then came an amazing surprise. Squeaky, who didn't know where all the acorns were in autumn, knew where all the sweetest, juiciest berries were in summer, which he then shared with Scruffy. And now both had plenty to eat through all the seasons. Scruffy, who at first didn't want to share, but trusted the words of his mother, now had more blessings than he could have ever imagined. Among these blessings was the sweet gift of having a new friend. And so, Scruffy and Squeaky lived happily in the vast forest, and they never went hungry. Please show your support and help our little channel grow with a like, subscribe, and share. And press the notifications button to be notified of the release of a new video. In the meantime, stay blessed, little friends.